What's going on, everybody? My name is Cameron Thomas, or BooieQ. Whatever you want to call me doesn't matter to me. Now, I don't make many YouTube videos, but I've always really wanted to. So I'm going to do a YouTube video I've always wanted to do, dating back to years and years ago. My top 5 games of the year. I'm going to do it for 2016. Might be a little late to the party, but better late than never. So I really want to give it a shot. Now, what kept me from doing this in the past was I was always afraid it wasn't going to be very good, not many people are going to watch it, and not many people are going to watch it. And it's probably not going to be very good, because none of the live streams I do on YouTube are very good. But, whatever, I'm going to give it a shot, and hopefully it's good. And if you like it, then, please tell me, because it really helps. And if you don't like it, you can tell me that too, because it'll help me get better. But without further ado, here we go. Now keep in mind that I've only played games on PS4 and Nintendo 3DS, so there won't be any Xbox One exclusives or PC exclusives. There'll be some third party, but my rule of thumb is if you see a game on here you want to play, just do some research, so that way you won't be disappointed. Like, just do that with any game, really, because that's the best way to get the game you want on the system you want, and it's easy. Okay, number 5, Final Fantasy 15. Now, Final Fantasy 15 is a game I never thought I would play because of many reasons. Now, if you're into gaming news, you know why one of the reasons are. It took forever to develop. But the other was because I just never played Final Fantasy. It never interested me. Back on the PS1 or PS2 days, was not into JRPGs. And so I just kind of wrote it off. Then I saw some videos of it, and it looked pretty impressive, and it was a beautiful looking game. So I decided to take a leap of faith and do it. And I'm glad I did, because it is really fun, and story's convoluted, does not make sense a lot of times. You have to watch an anime and a movie to get the full experience, and I'm just not going to do that. But it still had its moments where it was pretty powerful, and I loved the characters. Did not think I would like them, and I ended up loving them. Now, keep in mind, if you're going to buy this game, it's a little weird. Go watch the Clueless Gamer from Conan O'Brien that explains it. But it's a really fun ride, and if you love a deep XP system, then you'll like Final Fantasy 15. And it was just a new world to explore. It wasn't the best world I've ever explored in a game, but it was really fun. And now I'm gonna keep my own other Final Fantasy games, and that's what this game did for me, and I think that's why it deserves a spot. It got me into a series that I previously had never had any interest in. So, number 5. Number 4 is kind of similar. Pokemon Sun. I gotta credit Pokemon Go for getting me into this, because as we all know, that was a phenomenon. It was an experience for that 1 month. Yeah. But it was a really fun 1 month. And the problem with Pokemon Go was that it was addicting to catch Pokemon, but once you got the Pokemon, you couldn't do anything with them. Like, at the time, all you could do was evolve them and go to gyms and battle, but you didn't really get anything from battling. So that was kind of disappointing. But Pokemon Sun is the game that you want if Pokemon Go lets you down. You've never experienced Pokemon before like me. And it's the same thing. You go around and you catch Pokemon, but this time it actually means something. You can actually go battle them, level them up, and you grow attached to them. Like, I've had my starter in my party for the entire game, and now he's my favorite Pokemon of all time. And I love my Pikachu. I don't want to evolve Pikachu, because I love Pikachu, and everybody does. I think that's what was so cool, was that I finally understood what everyone was talking about. Growing up, even going through high school, people talking about Pokemon. I never got it because I never played it. I didn't play Red and Blue. I didn't play Ruby and Sapphire. Like, back when Pokemon was a huge deal. And now, this is my red and blue. I understand now. I understand why it's a big deal. And you got a Pokemon fan for life now. And I only got this late in the year, so the fact that it's already at number 4 is a testament how great the game is. If I'd gotten this in January or early in the year, it probably would be maybe number 1, who knows. But that's number 4. Number 3, Dark Souls 3. That's yet another game that I had no interest in, another series I had no interest in, and actually had a bad experience with. And now it's one of my favorite games of the year. I played the first Dark Souls back on Xbox 360 like a while ago. Played it for about 10 minutes and didn't like it. It was difficult, but not a fun difficult. It was just like hard for no reason. I didn't understand it. But I took a leap of faith, got Dark Souls 3 based on some reviews, and was really glad I did. The game is just dripping with atmosphere. The world is so well done, and it's so seamless. And like it really is a magical place. You know, kind of corny. Sounds kind of corny for me saying that, but can't think of anything else to say. Story, I don't really know what it's about. You kind of have to read between the lines, but that's not what I'm playing for. No, the bosses are really fun. A few are unimaginative, but for the most part, they're very memorable. Like, I still remember the bosses, their names, what they look like, and how I died from them. I died a lot. Had to get a lot of help. But there's something about it that just made me want to keep coming back. I wanted to beat the boss, and I wanted to just keep getting stronger. I think that was the beauty of Dark Souls 3. But I mean, really all there is to say. It's a really fun game now, like Final Fantasy 15. Know what you're getting into. It's not the average game, and you're probably gonna get tired of it really quick. But that's number 3. Number 2, Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet and Clank is a blast. The most fun game I've played all year. It took me back to the PS1, PS2 days also. It reminded me of the good platformers. The best platformer, Spyro the Dragon. The original trilogy is still the best, you know. And it's made by the same developers, so you know it's good. Gotta rep Spyro. But if you played Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, the old Ratchet and Clanks, or Jak and Daxter, you know what this game is gonna be. It's fun, it's addictive, it's filled with nostalgia. And if you have a PS4, get this game now. I don't know what you're waiting on. Now, story's not the best, you know, it's just a platformer story, but the humor is really smart, and I actually laughed a couple of times. So get it, it's not a hard game, it'll be a game you can beat in a weekend, but it's going to be a great weekend, and it's awesome. Number 2. Number 1, it's not going to be a surprise to anyone. The best game of the year, according to many people, including me, and that game is Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4 is one of the greatest games I've ever played in my life. If you've played Uncharted prior to this, you know what it is. It's an awesome game. The characters are just so amazing. They feel real. There were a couple of times where they would give a look, and I'm like, that's not a video game character. That's a real person. It's such a rich narrative. It was struggling for words because it's just so good. But put it this way, a couple of times I cried. Like, there were just a few key moments where I cried. Not like burst out into tears, but there were a couple of tears coming down my cheeks. Not many games make me do that, except for the end of Spyro the Dragon. That always gets me, because the game's over and it was a great game. But anyway, Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4, like, even the gameplay's fun. Like, sneaking around, trying to take down people. Like, everything just works well, it flows well. And I don't really know what else to say that other people haven't said about Uncharted 4 yet. But it's a great send-off to an amazing series, and I'm kind of sad that it's done. Like, the main series is done, at least. And if you have a PS4, you probably already have Uncharted 4. If you don't, then I don't know what you're thinking. Try it, but also try Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection, because this is not a game. It's not the first game you want to play. You want to play the other three first. That's going to make this game even better. Because this game is worthy of your time. It's worthy of your attention. It's worthy of your game of the year. So, there you have it. Those are my games of the year for 2016. I got really nervous about this video, so sorry if it's not the best, because I know it's not the best video you've ever seen. But, you know, I'd appreciate it if you watched it all the way through, and please give me some feedback, because I want to keep doing this. I want to review games. Eventually I want to post gameplay videos. It's going to be a while. I don't know if I'll ever get to it, but I appreciate anybody who will watch this. But yeah, that's all I got, and stay tuned. Thank you for watching.